Hi, this is your February 2014 horoscope for everyone who is looking for some answers, insights and inspiration and meaning as well. Make sure you check your ascendant sign prediction, moon and sun sign prediction. Most people check only the sun sign prediction, but make sure if you want to know more details, more in-depth, you're made out of just not one sign only, you're made of three important signs, that of the ascendant, the moon and the sun sign. And if you don't know what your ascendant or moon signs are, you can find them at my birth chart calculator at astrolada.com, for which I'm putting a link here. Pisces February 2014. Well, because it's the month of love, St. Valentine's, I'd like first to start with the love theme for all of the signs. And what does love, what are the foresight, what are the insights for love for February for you? Well, let's look where Venus is in your horoscope, Pisces, what areas it triggers, because Venus is the planet of love. And Venus is the planet of appreciation, of sensual pleasures, all those things that we like to experience when we're in love. And Venus is in your 11th house of friendship. So this is one sign that actually in February, those of you who are looking for love, they can find it maybe through some friends. Maybe you might first start the friendships with someone, which grows into a relationship later on. Also, some friends can introduce you to someone. 11th house also rules all kind of places where you get together with like-minded people, like theaters, like concerts, where you share similar ideas in bigger groups of people. So maybe if you get invited to some party, to some fundraiser, to some, I would even say even nightclubs, or anything which society can offer us, where people, like-minded people who like the same things, get together in big groups. This is areas where you can find love this month, Pisces. Actually, even in January, you can find love there, because Venus is still there in January as well. So these are the areas if you're looking for love, or if you're looking for pleasurable, enjoyable experiences, which is what Venus brings. Enjoyment of the senses, appreciation, love, kindness. It doesn't have to be immediately love. It doesn't have to be like meeting the love of your life there. But maybe you can find the date there. Maybe someone can make you a nice compliment in such environments with like-minded people, or with friends and parties. Or maybe someone can just be you can have some pleasant experience with someone, kind, like person. But if you're looking for love, it's very likely that some of you, especially if you're Pisces ascendant, and to a lesser degree Pisces sun or moon, you can start falling in love with someone who's been a friend of yours, or a friendship can start growing into something a bit more intimate. And there is more chance that this can actually grow into a satisfying relationship. Otherwise, just spending time with friends will be very satisfying, and you'll feel validated and appreciated by your friends as well. And also 11th house rules goals, and when Venus is there, it's like planning for the goals, for the big picture. Some of you can start making plans about what you want, like make a list about what you want out of a partner. Plan it in your head, visualize it. It's a house which will help with such long-term goals, and when Venus is there, you can actually involve both. So make some plan and goals about the person you want to be with. So let's see what else. Let's see, the planet which rules relationship for Pisces in particular is Mercury, because it's in the sign that is opposite Pisces. Mercury rules the sign opposite Pisces, and the sign opposite your sign is always the sign which can trigger relationships. Because if you're a Pisces, sign opposite you is Virgo, and I'm not saying that you'll meet Virgos, but the planet that rules Virgo is Mercury. So Mercury is an important relationship planet for Pisces. Where is Mercury in February? Mercury is in the 12th house and gets retrograde there, which means it gets much more powerful, so things can really happen in regards to relationships in 12th house affairs. What does it mean? It means that some of you might embark on some hidden relationships, because 12th house is the hidden house. Some of you might actually have 12th house is a private relationship that you're not telling it to the world, that is maybe taking your date away somewhere in the mountains, or in some little hotel away, but you're not in the public eye so much. So there is a little bit of a contradiction. Venus is in public places, so you can experience love and relationship in public places, meeting like-minded people in concerts and all these places, like I said, and parties. But at the same time, Another planet of relationship for you triggers the 12th house, so also some privacy, some intimacy, even a little bit of secrecy is very likely. And Mercury, your planet of relationship in the 12th house, can make you also daydream a lot about love. Can make you, again, it's very strong for visualization. It's really good to do. 12th house is a spiritual house of the inner sanctum, and when relationship planet is there, your imagination becomes much more attuned to relationship matters, and you can create with visualization the desired actually effect. So basically you can have a meditation, imagine meeting the person, imagine merging, imagine what qualities you want them to have, imagine the feelings, how you feel. You have a much more stronger ability to visualize, and as you know, scientifically it's proven that when the mind visualizes, you start vibrating. It feels like it doesn't make a difference whether you're imagining something, whether you're really experiencing it. And the mind feels that it's really experiencing it, and you start vibrating as if you met that person already. And because your vibration matches the vibration of relationships and positive experiences in relationship, you tend to attract those. So it's great to, even if you're in a private area, private space, just imagine, visualize, you can attract. It's a great time for this kind of attraction. And also when a relationship planet is in the 12th house, 12th house is anything which you retreat from the world. So maybe you can meet someone in a holiday, when you're retreating from worldly responsibilities. You can meet someone or have lovely relationship experience in a holiday. 12th house is foreign places and faraway places. So going on a journey or trip, or someone who has somehow of a foreign influence, you can attract in relationship. Or you can meet someone in a spa, or someone in a place of relaxation, maybe yoga class, or someone somehow in a more isolated place as well. So there is like different trends there that are all possible for Pisces. And those of you who are already in relationships, what does it mean when the relationship planet is in the 12th house? Well, it's a great time for you to go to, for instance, to some retreat or on a holiday with your partner. Take for the 14th of February your partner somewhere away, maybe somewhere in a little romantic place, or because Venus is in your 11th house, you can experience great time together with your partner and revive the love together when you are in where you go somewhere to experience culture and to experience what society has to offer you, like theaters, like movies, and all those 11th house places. And also, if you mix with friends, you know, take your partner, go out with friends, you'll really have a blast. This can revive love and relationships. You can find relationships in those places. You can experience loving things in those places. Just be careful of secrecy, because planet of relationship is in 12th house, can make you inclined to a bit more under the, under the covers from others' eyes. But it makes you definitely more romantic, definitely more attuned to love, and this is one of the fantasizing a lot, imagining a lot, so making slow and lovely love when the planet of relationship is in the 12th house. 12th house in ancient astrology rules bad pleasures. So a lot of you, especially Pisces ascendant people, will feel it, to a lesser degree Sun and Moon Pisces people, they will have a really good time in bed. Because 12th house is the house of the imagination, and when it's stimulated by a relationship planet, and also the house of the soul, of connecting spiritually, deeply. So when the planet of relationship and sexual contact is there, what it means that you can connect on a soul level with your partner during February, the big part of February, even it continues into March as well. So your imagination can really connect you on a deep level, something special, something beyond the physical you can feel with your partners, or even if you go on a one-night stand, you can experience that, which might be unusual in other situations. So that's so far about love and relationship. But let's see what are the other important things that are happening for Pisces in 2014 in February. The Sun and Mercury, as we spoke, they're in 12th house. Another planet triggers the 12th house, but we're not talking only about relationships now, we're talking about everything. And when there are planets triggering the 12th house, which is the last house, as we said, it's spiritual house, it's not very material. People tend to not to be so motivated for achievement. They feel a bit more like taking it easy, relaxing. So it's a great time for maybe taking a break, taking a holiday, or even if you have to work, if you feel less motivated, don't feel discouraged. Just give yourself more time to sleep, more time to relax, to do something in the privacy of your own sanctum, to nurture your soul and spirit, because this is time when you have to pay attention to that. And it's like an ending cycle for Pisces, because after that, the sun and all planets start moving into your sign. But before a new cycle starts for you, when your birthday comes, or when the sun passes through your ascendant or moon sign, you kind of feel a bit more exhausted when the planets are just before the sign, just before your sign, because it's an ending of a cycle. So you feel more like letting go. Some of you might have to let go of things which are no longer meaningful for them, and they won't feel so much attached to certain things anymore, because they're starting a new cycle. And before every new beginning, there is a process of letting go. There is a process of cleansing somehow. There is and it's not a great time to initiate new things till the 20th of February, till the 17th, 18th, 20th of February, before the sun moves into your sign, Pisces, because it's just, you might not have the ambition or the stimulation to do it unless it's a creative project or something to do a lot with imagination or some spiritual project, which is what 12th house rules. Maybe if you start meditating, or whether if you're doing something creative, writing, drawing, music, this is something that you can have success with, but not things which are meant for worldly success and you getting out there and having the energy. You're not going to have it before the 20th of February. But after that, things start picking up in the last 10 days of February, and you feel much more revived and resuscitated and inspired. And this is when I advise you to start new things in your life. So just be a bit more patient. Take care of your soul, of your spirit, the first 20 days. And Mercury there and the sun, 12th house is the house of expenses, because before we start a new cycle, we tend to want to get rid of things so we can start clean slate. And even if we do it subconsciously, people tend to spend more when planets trigger their 12th house. So you just be aware that you might be more willing to spend money, or some unexpected expenses can come. You might have to sacrifice some finances and material things for something bigger, maybe for a holiday, for something. It might be good spending, you know, it might be pampering yourself, getting a massage, going on a holiday, or splurging on clothes a little bit. And you can spend also for things which are Mercury and Sun centered. Mercury rules, what does it rule? Mercury rules anything which is maybe books. Mercury rules courses, classes. You might be inspired to spend money on this kind of things. Mercury rules friends, so you might spend a bit of money maybe entertaining friends, or maybe because of siblings as well. And the sun is the career, so you might have to spend some money or invest in something for the long run, which will not pay immediately, but later on for your career. So it might the sun also rules your father. It rules male, so because of male figures you might be spending a bit more. Or you might be spending mostly because of your goals and long-term plans, which the sun rules, but which is exhaust your resources somehow, but later on it will come back. And let's see, also Mercury goes retrograde, and when it's the 12th house, the house of giving, and when it's retrograde Mercury in the 12th house, it means that you're honing your skills, because Mercury is the skills you have to be able to help others more. Because 12th house, as I said, is it's not a self house. It's not about you. It's about maybe about your spiritual well-being, but it's about giving to others. It's about letting go of things. It's about not acquiring, but letting go. So Mercury there in the 12th house is teaching you now. And you can be Mercury is a practical planet which wants to be efficient and of use. When it's in the 12th house, a lot of you will feel like a call to be practical and efficient, to help others that are in need. Maybe you might just take your clothes, sort them out and give them to a shop somewhere, or maybe you can take some possessions or something else, and with retrograde Mercury in 12, just be compelled to give them away. Otherwise, the universe can do is that if these feelings, if you're not listening to this impulse for giving and for sharing and for helping others, what the universe can do is it can take from you certain things without your approval. So you might lose something, you might lose some objects, which are, you know, mercurial type or some type, or it might be taken somehow away from you. So be in February and even in March, a big part, be more generous and give to others, whether it's your time, whether it's your advice, especially to your friends, because Mercury rules your friends. And especially to people who have help. And Mercury also rules more younger people, so be of help to younger people as well. And you might be called to do that, actually. And it might be that you have to, Mercury rules games and plays and fun. So when it's in the 12th house, your mind is not so focused on practical things and material things, but it might be a way you can use games and fun and play, which is Mercury, as a way to escape reality, which is 12th house. So, you know, this is another way to interpret this influence. And as I said, you start getting more motivated from the 17th, 18th, 20th of February onwards. Okay, and also, those of you who are born, I want to give you some specific days now. Those of you who are born from the 18th till the 23rd of February, or those of you who have their ascendant or moon from 0 to 4 degrees, you know where you can find your ascendant degrees and sun and moon degrees and days in my birth chart calculator, for which there was a link at the beginning of the video. So if you're born from 18 to 23rd of February, you have ascendant or moon from 0 to 4 degrees in Pisces. Mercury passes exactly through your sun, ascendant or moon. It gets retrograde there. And Mercury does this rarely, and it becomes extremely powerful. Mercurial topics in your life. So you might be very busy with communications, with learning, with exchanging information, with honing your skills. Mercury is the planet of skills, how skillful you are in practical affairs, in managing your life, in arranging your life. So you might find yourself in big part of February just really busy with communications, with ordering things, with getting things done, with managing things, with writing emails, with people calling you, with friends communicating, people getting in touch with you. Mercury is, when it's retrograde, someone from the past can, because Mercury also, don't forget, it's one of your relationship planet, Pisces, so it can bring someone in your life right now when it transits, you know, those degrees that I said. It can bring someone in your life who is from the past. You can get some news from such person, relationship-wise, or even some friends that you haven't seen in a long time, you haven't heard from, you can get in touch with them. But mostly, for most people, they will just feel much more mercurial in February, in big part of February, those that I mentioned, born on those days, with more curious, more good to express themselves, ability to communicate better. And then, let's see. What else is happening? You have Mars in the 8th house. It continues to be there till July. I just want to remind you, it's a little bit of a difficult position for Mars. Mars is the planet of accidents, and 8th house is the house of accidents. So it's like a bit of a double whammy. Watch out. Watch out that you don't hurt yourself, bump yourself. You're more likely to have also sudden reversals and things turning suddenly and changing and going a bit more, especially if you have your ascendant in Pisces, you might feel it more strongly, but also the sun and moon will probably feel it 25–30%. So sudden reversals, changes that happen in your everyday life. When everything is going well, all of a sudden things can just turn the other way around. So be prepared for such crisis situations. You're called to master your ability to use your ability to use your will, which is Mars, in crisis situations and a bit more tense situations. And also watch out if you're planning to do some crazy sports, Pisces, please don't right now. Please don't for quite a few months ahead, especially if your ascendant is in Pisces, because it can be more dangerous and accident prone during this period. And I want to give you another specific influences. Those of you who have their ascendant or their moon from 13 to around 14 degrees from 10 to around 14 degrees in Pisces, plus minus a degree, maybe 9, maybe 8 will feel it, 14, 15 as well. Or those of you who were born from the 1st to around the 5th of March, plus minus a day or two, you're having a Jupiter transit. And this is the best transit. Jupiter is the planet of expansion, of growth. Some of you will have an opportunity to finally get inspired and doors opening for you. When Jupiter aspects your important points like the sun, ascendant, and moon, this is when we feel confident, we feel inspired, we feel full of life, we feel full of generosity, and our vibration is much higher. And because of that, we start attracting blissful and opportunities and blissful situations, and it can be good for how you present yourself. It can be a start of a new project, it can be a start of a new inspiration, it can be a start of a new idea that you get, or if you've been working hard on something, now it can start paying off and giving results. Maybe some of you can find a job if they're born from the 1st to the 5th of March. Some of you might even relationship. Jupiter, it's like this nurturing energy from God, this blessings of God. And when it aspects directly your planets, ascendant, sun or moon, your signs, on those degrees or days, it's like God opens his cornucopia for you. Or even if you're not doing anything specific and you want results, when Jupiter gives these wonderful aspects, you just feel much better. And you can get some inspirations, or make sure you write those down, because they can be directly from your higher self, which is giving you direction and which is giving you, it's trying to talk to you, what is the next step to take in your path, because Jupiter is the teacher, is the divine wisdom, which is trying to direct you. Maybe someone will appear to help you, maybe someone will open door for you, someone will give you an advice, you'll read something, you'll learn something, which will be like an aha moment. I know, it will feel right here, it will feel right in your solar plexus, this is the right thing to do. But anyway, this is for you Pisces for February 2014. Thank you.